Hello, my name is Katie Brindle and I am the founder of Hayo'uFit. Welcome to today's instalment of our Hayo'uFit YouTube channel, where today I'm going to be talking to you all about Qigong for weight loss. And once I've given you some really juicy explanations about perhaps why you're not necessarily getting the weight loss goals that you've desired, my gorgeous head trainer Arron is going to be showing you some fantastic moves which are going to make a massive difference to how you look and how you feel. So what is weight loss then? And how can Qigong help you when possibly other exercise modalities haven't necessarily done the trick? And the answer is quite simple. It all comes down to three absolutely key principles to health, of which Qigong is completely embedded. And that is as follows. For your body to be healthy and therefore to be trim and to look contoured and sculpted on the outside, it needs to be strong on the inside. And one of the main issues that we have with weight loss, the way that we imagine it, is that we think that there is this basic principle of calories in versus calories out, and that if we basically burn the calories and restrict them, we are going to get results, right? I mean, it makes sense. It's a simple formula and logic dictates that it's true. And yet, if you're anything like me and that you've tried that formula multiple times during the course of your life, you haven't actually received the results from it that you ever desired. I certainly didn't. And I found that perhaps the model worked a little bit in my teenage years because at the first instance of reducing my calorie intake and trying to increase my calorie output might have made a little bit of a difference to start with. But after a while, my metabolism simply adjusted to it, and then it became increasingly difficult as I get older. And then by the time I'd reached my early 40s and I was then the mother of now 5 children, it was an absolute disaster. And literally I found myself barely eating anything at all and was having to drag myself into an exercise routine that I hated, that was punishing and grueling and didn't actually solve the problem. It sort of stopped things getting worse, but it certainly didn't get the results that I've now got from doing Qigong. So why is this then? And how come this formula doesn't work? Well, the answer is really quite simple, that it's not about calories in, calories out, it's about life force, it's about energy. And your body is comprised of roughly 3 trillion cells. And for your body to look contoured and sculpted on the outside, it needs to be strong and healthy and full of life force on the inside. And that is where Qigong comes in. Because when you have this strong life force going on inside your body, your exterior is going to get into shape. It is that simple. And the wonderful thing about this life force practice, or Qigong, because that's what it means, Qi, life force, Gong, practice, so life force practice, that you can do in simply 5 minutes a day, is that you are massively going to be strengthening up that energy on the inside. Not only giving you a gorgeous contoured shape on the outside, but actually giving you unparalleled energy levels on the inside and addressing all sorts of other conditions simultaneously, such as improvement of mood, improvement of sleep, improvement of bowels, improvement of bone density, regulation of heart and blood pressure, and improvement in immunity. There are so many benefits for practicing Qigong that I could literally go on all day. But today is the day all about weight loss. So all we need to do is basically enable the body to go into a blissfully relaxed state whilst we draw the life force into the body via the breath, and then we send it around the body via our stretching and via our third eye focus. And the wonderful thing about Qigong for weight loss is that having been someone that spent so many hours of my life grueling my way through exercise routines that I really found unpleasant and really never actually did the job anyway, but I felt like I had to, this, on the other hand, feels like a blissful internal massage. I literally feel like I'm working my body from the inside out, and it is absolutely divine. It is delicious, it's pleasurable, it's relaxing yet energizing, and it delivers the results. And this is how it works. It's so simple, and yet it actually delivers the results that you never genuinely felt that you were ever going to get. Now, when we practice Qigong, not only are we going to be strengthening the life force generically through the 3 trillion cells in the body, what happens when we're practicing Qigong is that we're bringing that life force into a river system inside the body, which we call meridians. Now, these meridians all are attached to an associated organ. There are then deeper meridians that go deeper into the body that act like kind of reservoirs that feed those 12 channels. And when we're doing the various different stretchings in Qigong, what we're doing is we're stretching and elongating those channels so that they can absorb more life force that you're breathing in and focusing into the body. And that's why it's such a calming process. You will feel that lovely sensation of water flow through the body as you start to invigorate that energy and it starts to work. So Arron is now going to show you some really simple basic weight loss techniques within Qigong that you can now practice for yourself at home. But all I can say is that adopt those techniques that Arron's teaching you, but also come and join us in our classes here on Hayo'uFit. We have a free week subscription, and then we go into the subscription model, which is available to you at only £40 a month. And in that, you can receive over 20 classes a week, all by our amazingly highly qualified instructors, and of course, me too. So over to Arron, who's now going to give you some wonderful demonstrations of some simple moves that you can incorporate into your everyday life that will make a massive difference to how you look and how you feel. So over to Arron.
Hi guys, it's Arron here from Hayo'uFit, and I've got a few very simple tips that you can use to help aid your weight loss. The first movement that we're going to look at is called Swimming Dragon. This movement is here to massage all our organs in kind of a figure of 8 shape to help to move toxicity out. And then the second movement we're going to do is going to help the body to purge that toxicity and remove it from the body. Okay, so we're going to take our feet a few inches apart and just soften the knees a little bit and just come into your breath for a moment. Start to set the breath where we breathe in through the nose and focus on expanding into the abdomen. And as we breathe out, the belly draws back in towards your spine. Ideally, we're breathing in through the nose here and out through the nose. But if you struggle with that breath, just breathe however feels most comfortable for you. Take a moment to notice how the body feels now, and we'll check in again at the end of these very simple movements. So with Swimming Dragon, we start the movements gently. As you feel comfortable, you can expand the range of motion. Just be careful if you do have a stiff lower back. These movements here are helping to open up and massage the areas around the lower back, which will help energy flow. But the other thing is our ribs are digging into our abdomen a little bit and creating a nice massage and turning and twisting through all the organs to help push any toxicity out and flush fresh chi and energy in. So we're going to bring our hands together in the center of our chest, gently pushing the palms together. This is our dragon. And the dragon swims in a figure of 8. It turns one way and it reaches out to the side. And then it turns the other way in a figure of 8 and it reaches out to the other side. Gentle pressure between the palms all the way through as we turn one way, breathing smoothly, and then the other. And if you have more time, you can spend a lot longer on these movements. We're just going to go through them quite quickly. As we come down, we can bend the knees a little bit more if you feel comfortable. So you can take it right the way down. If not, lean forwards a little bit more. Reaching out to the sides. As you drive out to the side, you'll notice you can feel it through the sides of the back a little bit more. But still think about that movement of the rib massaging into the abdomen, helping to move any energy through there as we reach one way. And if you feel comfortable, you can squat all the way down, so we're working these leg muscles. You can reach out to the side. If you feel less comfortable, you can lean forwards more, so you still get good range through back. And as we come up, so listening to your body, reaching out one way, reaching out. Then you may notice you start to get quite warm doing these. So this is going to help to build up some of that inner fire, that inner energy as well. Reaching out to the sides as we come up. Keep reaching out to the sides. You'll notice maybe as you're coming up or through the body that you can feel it working these ab muscles. Reaching out to the sides. Reaching all the way up. Reaching above you. And then finishing that position there before you come back to center. So that's going to help to massage some of the organs and move some of the toxicity out. If we take our feet around our hip width apart, the next movement we're going to do is going to move some more energy internally and get our heart rate up a little bit and build that energy internally. So this is a dragon movement, it's called a dragon throw. What we're going to do is we're going to squat a little bit, we're going to breathe in as we look like we're picking something up above our heads, and then we're going to breathe out as we throw it down. We can breathe in, we can breathe out. In, out. If you want to make it harder, you can take those feet wider. Breathe out. So we're throwing straight down. We're not swinging the arms. We're down, straight through. We're breathing up, down. And then we can start to put more energy into both ways. You can breathe in, breathe out. Loose hands at the top, open hands at the bottom. Sorry, loose fists at the top, open hands at the bottom. We're going to do 10 of these. One more. And then we're going to just stand and breathe and notice how you feel. So you should feel quite buzzy and tingly. You should maybe notice the heart rate is up a little bit. We're feeling quite energized through these. These moves make us feel energized and alive. So just calming and relaxing that breath again now. So those movements can be repeated for longer. Ideally you would do these swing dragons and those throws for a little bit longer to get a bit more benefit from it. But just doing a minute or so of those a couple of times a day whilst the kettle's boiling, remembering to do it little and often will have a massive effect and will really help you aid the health of your organs and in turn aid your weight loss.